Morning guys, Dustin here from Gold Rat Highbankers, or Gold Digger from the forums. I wanted to shoot a video today testing out this new Dream Vortex matting. Now, I've been keeping an eye on David Peterson's designs in America for some time using these cells, and recently he brought out a mat which is basically designed for us prospectors. Something that's nice and easy to install. Don't need to trim or glue and cut it. It's just a 36-inch length of matting. I've got a bit of glass there to protect the spray later on. It's extremely interesting the way that it actually processes material, and probably the easiest way to explain it is think about what you do with your gold pan and how you constantly stratifying material and trying to get that to jostle and separate into different weight categories, letting the gold drop out to the bottom. Imagine that, I suppose, with 106 cells constantly exchanging while you're feeding material. Beauty of this, basically the material doesn't stop. It's constantly exchanging. Unlike a riffle system, expanded metal, absolutely any system I've seen out there, there comes a point where the heavies will pack in and you're losing your exchange. You need to stop, clean out, get out. With this system, I'm sure we're going to experience the same thing, but I do know that the material constantly moves. It's never really stop unless it's for example, your pyrites, your square materials. If you're running a lot of jagged rocks, I've been told that'll be its point where it'll really pack up. And like every system, no system's perfect, but we're going to give this a whirl today. To be thorough, I built a 2400 long sluice section last night. We've got 3 sections of scrubber, followed by some backed expanded green with my preferred expanded, which is a Galv 2mm. It's nice and rough. If you get any clays come through the system, the stuff tends to break it down, and this is great for fine gold in itself. So really good opportunity here. If anything chunky or rounded or flat, I find scrubber's really good for catching that. And any of the fine stuff that gets past the scrubber, if it ends up in here, we'll know that's our losses. Not expecting to see a lot of losses, but I'm going to push it pretty hard, and I'm going to flog a lot of material through, and most of it is this bench material, which is really heavy, heavy flood material, and it's pretty junky, so it has glass and a lot of heavies, an absolute ton of ironstone in here, and it's difficult ground any time of the day. But the gold here is, sub 100, 200, 300, 400 micron. It's crazy the amount of flood gold, because what we have is a huge bank of honeysuckles, and when this area floods, all this beautiful soft sand here, the gold drops out into this, and it's amazing. I mean, to pan this stuff is just near impossible. You can get 100 to 200 colors to a pan, but you have to slow down. And apparently these cells will catch that gold, so we're going to put it through its paces today and see how it goes. So we've set up a tripod here, and I'll belt some material through, and we'll do a clean out and check it out. Pretty happy with that. down, that cleans out quick. I'm going to show you how quickly that 2 doubles cleaned out. See that? It's all dark. Alright, let's go. Still dancing. See that rock go through? You can see how thick. All that material I've run, that's my whole tailings pile. Man, we are not classifying, man. That's about the size we're classifying to. That's some thick grizzlies. Everything's been belted through there. Scrubber's looking really good. Dancing. Alright, I'm going to call it there. It looks like I've got another 5 minutes left of room on this hard drive. So we need some time to show a bit of panning and clean up. So, let's shut this puppy down. So, what do we got? Ironstone, ironstone, ironstone. It's not packed tight, rolling around, round, round, round. One big stone. Alright. Down to our scrubber. Scrub's got a nice amount of material in it. It's not packed up. Alright, I'll pause this, pull these mats and see how we go. So we pulled this bottom mat. Some material we're dealing with. As you can see, it's black sand, you know, it's thick. So can't wait to see what we've got. I'm not sure if you can see that very well. Alright. The gold in this creek is tiny, and that is what the last mat caught. Right, come on, focus. We're talking about 20 of some of the finest specks that you'll ever see, but that's our losses. It is what it is. So we'll move on to the next section, check it out. I've just cleaned out the gold hog mat. Now, any of you that know me know I love my gold hog mat. I've not found any system that limits the amount of concentrates you get and manages to reduce the amount of black sand whilst holding on to the gold. So I expect big things, but we'll see. I really don't think much gold will get past the scrubber. I'll pan this out and come back. Right, guys, I hope you can see this. We do have losses. See how that stuff's floating, contaminated. Now, part of that will be because you saw how much froth was going through the box. I haven't put a dampener or anything at the top on this sluice yet. I only knocked it up after work yesterday. But I think once we remove the air bubbles, that's going to reduce that. But to me, I mean, that's just a test pan in gold anyway. So I'm very excited to see what's in the top mat. This is our concentrates from the mirror, from the Dream Mat. Oh my god, look at the black sand. That's insane. Okay. You see that rainbow? Yeah, baby. Look at that fine gold. Oh my. So So those cells are pretty effective. I won't have to pan this down, it's going to take me ages, and then I'll come back, get a final snap. So finished panning this down as best I could. See if I can get a zoom in on that. This stuff is insane. Look how fine that is. It's floating. Come on, autofocus. Have a look at that. That stuff is fine. And I can tell you right now, if you're catching that stuff, you don't have to worry about the other stuff. And there's a lot more of this fine gold around than there is chunky, I can tell you. Yes, it's nice to get a big piece, but this stuff I could work all day. That was 20 minutes of digging, and I would say dried up, that would come in close to a gram. And the beauty of it is, this fine stuff, it's really high purity. Anyway, how about you guys? But I reckon that's amazing. I mean, if it's going to catch that stuff, this stuff's finer than the stuff at El Dorado. Not as much black sand to compete with here, but I mean, that's fantastic. I'm happy with that. I'm going to continue digging. Fortunately, I can't take you with me because I've only got a minute left in video time here, but I'll try and get a snapshot of the final rainbow of the day and see how we go. Very cool. Dream mat. Yep. Awesome. Alright, so I just finished final cleanup in the backyard. See why I use a test pan there. Missed a few flakes, but it's mostly ground up pyrites. It's very difficult to pan out, but I'll recover what's in there with a different method. And what I was more interested in is the unicorn farts, as David calls them. This is the final cleanup of about, I was going to continue digging, but my little brother showed up with a 6-pack and pump got turned off, and needless to say, not much more digging got done. But I'm very happy with that, extremely happy with the capture rate of this mat, because that stuff's just beautiful. So yeah, first test, pretty happy. Next test I think we'll do a little less water, a little more angle. We'll smooth that water out and get rid of some of the bubbles, and I think we might end up with a little bit more material in the mats, but more importantly, more of this teeny tiny micron stuff, which is really high purity, and yeah, you got to be happy with that. I'll dry this stuff up and weigh it and add a total weight to the end of this video. Got any questions? Post them below, and I'll try and answer as best I can. Good luck.